Okay, good evening. My name is Cassandra Post, and this is Glenora Outwall. And we also had the help of Alexa Quintero with this presentation. I would firstly want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to share with you what we are learning. We are financial advisors, and we provide suggestions on how to save and invest money to our clients, one of which is named Margie. Our job is to determine the best cell phone plan and insurance coverage for our customer. As advisors, one way that we help our clients is by providing a cost analysis for goods to determine which goods are most cost efficient. To do this, we will inspect different criteria including pay-as-you-go rates, monthly cost of a cell phone plan, insurance rates, and deductible rates. To support our claim, we used linear equations and linear systems in the slope-intercept form of y equals mx plus b. To further support our argument, we graphed these to visually represent and better explain why one plan was more cost efficient as opposed to the other. Part of advising Margie was answering different questions that would help us figure out which plan would be best to fit her needs as our client. We did this using different equations and comparing them on different tables, as you can see, the different monthly prices and the different deductibles. We used this information and we created equations that we were able to then graph and compare. This graph shows Apple Care being the most cost efficient for her because it does not cross anywhere on the graph. But Verizon and Boost Mobile cost at a point known as the break-even point, which is 6.25 months and $218.75. The next thing we had to determine was which carrier, Boost Mobile or Verizon, had the best pay-as-you-go plan for Margie. In this chart, it tells you that Verizon only has a monthly charge of $45, so no matter how many minutes or text messages you use, you will pay $45. But Boost Mobile makes you pay 10 cents per minute and per text message. To better explain this to our client, we created a chart which depicts the minutes versus both plans and their costs. We also created this graph which represents both slopes of each carrier, Boost Mobile being the one going upwards and Verizon staying consistent because the Y or the cost will always be $45. These plans hit a break-even point at 450 minutes, $45, in which they cost the same amount of money. As we said before, Margie was our client, and she decided that she would like to be able to talk up to 550 minutes per month and send 200 text messages. We used this information to find which plan would be the best for her, and in the end we came up with Verizon being the best for her. We decided this because it would only cost her $45, whereas Boost Mobile would cost her $75. We got $75 because we took our equation from a previous problem and we added 550 and 700 to get 750. We took that and multiplied by 0.1 and we got $75. This is the graph that we made from
from our information that we found. We found the break-even point, 450 minutes and $45, where both would cost the same amount, and it wouldn't really matter. You can see that Verizon had a constant rate of $45, and Boost Mobile went up as she texted extra or spent more minutes. In class, we were given the opportunity to look at other groups' decisions and see what they got. We agreed on many points, but there were some that we found like minor differences. One of those minor differences was the Boost Mobile equation. If you look at it, there is a small mistake, actually kind of a big one, but you can see that there are 2 X's. Now, that's incorrect because one is supposed to represent the amount of months that she stayed with the plan, and one is supposed to represent the amount of minutes that she used. And if she were to keep the equation, that equation is correct, but she would have to change the variables. One should be, say, M, because it could stand for either months or minutes. This equation would have to be graphed on a 3-dimensional space because it is a 3-dimensional equation.
When finishing this project, we were left with these questions to think about and how to apply this to our lives. Number 1 reads, what other factors or variables may we consider to determine the best cell phone plan? Will these help or hurt our initial argument or choice? To answer this question, you have to think about how often do you lose your phone, how often does it get damaged or broken, and even what brands that you're paying for, what the carriers are, because those themselves have different costs. Also taking into account the initial cost of your phone. Is it free? Is it really expensive? And do you have a contract with it? How long do you have to stick with it? And these will affect your initial choices because say you're going for the expensive plan, well, if you're doing that and you don't lose your phone that much, well, you're not going to be paying the deductible as much because it's not going to get damaged. But if you lose your phone a lot, then you're going to pay a lot. And number 2, it asks, can we also apply this when comparing rent, groceries, utilities, car loans, and student loans? And yes, it applies to all of them, but I mainly want to talk about student loans because we went over this even in my English class, completely separate from Mr. Arbizu and his curriculum. We talked about going to a vocational school as opposed to going for a 4-year college degree. Because going to a vocational school, you go for a shorter amount of time, and it costs a lot less, and you get paid for most of your trainings, generally. And going to a 4-year college, you have to take out a lot of loans, and it's a lot for the initial payment, though you do start making more money after you put in all the work and effort to do this. So either way, you could use the equations in comparison to find where they break even, to find which one would be actually the best depending on what careers you're going for and what you decide to do with your life, you know. Okay, so this was our prospectus, and thank you so much for listening to us and letting us take time out of this meeting to present it to you. Bye.